Welcome to the Heretical Podcast. This is episode 33, and today we've got our fucking retard of a friend here, Sean. He was here before, but he never talked.
I was focused.
Introduce yourself. Yeah, exactly. See, this is the first time you've probably heard his voice, because he doesn't know how to speak. Then we also have the normals of me. We have Josh.
Hello.
And then we have the Isaac, the Ice.
Howdy.
The bro of 115.
Howdy.
Alright, there we go. See, look at that. There's a big old intro. We're good. And the dipshit even talks, so we're good. See, look at that.
We're ready!
And start this shit.
Alright, so. Ice, you start the topics then. We got a good amount today
I don't
with
have a starting topic. It's maybe it's Josh.
All right,
You
Josh.
just said you had shit!
No, that was for Sean.
Okay.
Damn.
Rockstar
You
released
deserve that.
some shit for,
I took no damage.
Rockstar released some newswire for the next update that's coming to you, bitch.
I don't think that's what they updated.
That's an interesting game. Ah, that's a wall.
Okay, they're updating Red Dead Online.
Finally.
As of, fucking July, sorry. I'm fucking month behind. July 24th, there will be a update coming out on July 28th with a new role, new weapons, new outlaw pass, and then some other shit that has been speculating from the community has done. It's gonna be a survivalist, like a trapper style or hunter. There will be like legendary animals, like a spotted leopard, or I'm guessing a moose, because that's in a picture they tweeted out. And so, of course you did. It's you. Otherwise, that's all I can really give, because it's kind of fresh and those roads have been covered on it.
They don't give a shit.
It's fucking final diff. We're getting an update, basically. Woo.
But so yeah, we got a good amount of topics today. They had the game Xbox game showcase or whatever you want to call it. So they did some reveals. I've seen a lot of people hating on it, which is something I thought was interesting. A lot of people going, no games again, this sucks. It's kind of weird. It's like, it's
No
I won't
games.
say the issue, but a lot of them they're going to be unique to Xbox or PC. Or the other complaint was, well, it's on PC, so why does it matter? I don't know why people don't understand the fact that not everyone wants a PC, or let alone likes PC, or can afford a PC. Even if
Okay,
you do a
so-
budget build, doesn't mean you can play
They're doing
big
the
games
Fable
or anything
reboot.
necessarily. Yep.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. But like, this is something I actually want to talk about. It's actually something me and Will kind of got into, where a console can do just probably the Xbox One X can probably do just below a standard PC. It's $500.
I wouldn't even say it's standard. I'd say it's like above PC usually, because you still usually pay more for a PC to run similar and or slightly better maybe than what the
My
X or
PC
Xbox One
costs
does.
$2,800.
And mine costs like $900.
My
computer plays on
runs nice.
decent, but
Mine looks nice. It runs nice. No, Will still have.
no.
But running. But mine can run a VR. I built it to run a VR. That's why it costs so much. Well, run it very nicely because it's a higher end VR. So, but still, Xbox or PlayStation, whatever the fuck you want to get, is so much cheaper than building a PC. So it's a much more cost-effective option than trying to say, oh, it's on PC, why don't you get a fucking PC? Not everyone can buy
Also,
a
far
fucking
more
PC.
convenient in setup. There's another thing
Oh,
with consoles.
Jesus.
All it literally is consoles are just way easier to set up than computers because one, they're more mobile. You can pick up a console, unplug it, and move it anywhere with ease. With computers, you have to unplug all of it. You have to unplug the screen. You have to unplug it from the wall. You have to unplug all the cords running on the back of your tower. And then if you want to move it, you got to take 2 or 3 trips because you're not going to carry your screen, your fucking tower, and your keyboard and all that shit at once. Because if you go to do that, well, you're obviously taking a high risk of dropping or breaking or hitting something with it.
And
it's
those monitors
stupid because that's
are
all
very
money.
fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Will, did you fucking take me out?
No.
Or was it you, Ice?
And
That was me.
if you want to talk about a console that's very mobile, the Switch. The Switch is
Yeah, no
super
shit.
mobile.
Ice, you're about dead.
I don't know why, Yaga, you just sounded so much like Dipper when you said that.
Go fuck yourself.
Ice, your last one
But
left.
yeah, like that's the one thing I don't get is like, yeah, the games are on PC and console, and yeah, you could just play them on PC, sure. But I don't understand the complaint. It's like, well, what makes a console useless? It's not really. One, it's cheaper. One, it's far more convenient, especially if you're having like younger kids play it. Not many kids are as like coordinated for computers and shit. I mean, yeah,
Also-
sure. I guess you could theoretically give the argument saying that if you start the kids off earlier on the computer, they'll do better with it, which is not necessarily untrue. If you start them on computers, they'll be better with it, but it's still not going to be as enjoyable for them, and it's far riskier.
Go back to your
because
TikTok.
They will.
Ew.
But it's far easier just to get them to learn the controllers and stuff, get them a little more coordinated, it's easier, things like that.
Also,
It's
some
just-
people's hands can't dual keyboards because the shape of some people's
bad
hands.
wrists and stuff, kinda like mine.
Everything.
Having bad
Well, that-
wrists or fucked up hands that you've broken multiple times like mine makes it kind of difficult on computers, though I have one, my hands start to hurt after not too long.
Or if you got carpal tunnel, that's another fucking issue.
Yeah.
Broken hands have done me a lot of justice in those areas. But yeah, as much as I love playing my computer, don't get me wrong, it causes my hands to cramp up and hurt like hell.
Also, I know like, a ton of people love the shape of the Xbox controller, and it's because it's designed, it fits right into your hand very nicely, and use the controller on the PC over the keyboard.
Oh, geez, this looks like it's gonna be a shit show and a half.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is.
And something that's also is PCs can be very fragile. So if you're letting young kids near it, it's possible they could accidentally break something or get a virus.
One
Or
mistake and
even
you end up
or
on a
even more
porn link.
jingles.
Oh, definitely. That's definitely fucking true. Internet is a
Well, hell,
dangerous
you can
place.
You can hop on the internet on a fucking Xbox.
Yeah, but it's much more of a pain in the ass.
It's also got a decent built-in virus protection where on a computer you're basically entirely on your own for that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Wow, look at you, Yacht. You're
off-ball
actually
thing before we get to
contributing
the
this time.
before we get to the game show, which we'll have more of us talking. We'll hit the Modern Warfare topic and we'll hit the Wreckfest. So as you can see, that's what we've chose today again because they have once again updated. They added a new car pack called the Banger Racing Pack, adding a European hearse, a Ford Granada, which is a European vehicle made by Ford, obviously. And then they added a stock car, which is, you're not sure what a stock
Go-kart.
car is. It's essentially like a Formula car, but it's like the size of a go-kart almost. And yeah, that's pretty much it with those. It's just a little stock car with the fin and everything. It's this tiny little vehicle. A little bit of fun. They also have fixed the tournament system. I'm not sure how long ago this was, because I only recently checked it again. Because originally I kind of gave up on it and wrote it off. But they did fix
Yeah, I
it
got
though. Like I said, I lost my train of thought there. But they fixed it by increasing the amount of fame
Oh, I'm
that you
gonna
can
get
earn for
fucked
doing the
up.
tournament challenges. If you had played it before, or I believe we talked about this in the video when they first brought it out, and I talked about it. Could be wrong. I don't know. Don't quote me. It was a long time ago when it came out now.
I didn't
But,
even
when
make it a
came out,
lap.
It came out with a fucked up bit of score, and you'd only get, like, if you got gold, you'd only get like 100 points. And it cost 30,000. It cost 30,000 to like get the current vehicle reward in it. So you were making 100 points for getting gold
Ice is just
on
you.
missions. The most you could make on any of them was the seasonal challenge, which didn't expire for like almost 30 days, I think it was. I could be wrong. But it's however long a season is, obviously. But the seasonal challenge, if you had gotten gold in it, which isn't as easy because it's based on worldwide people playing and how good they do, and that's how it averages you out. But if you get gold, you would get 3,000 points, and that was it. You got 3,000, and you needed 30,000 to get the vehicle for that season's reward. So it was utterly ridiculous, but they have changed it now to where the daily challenges that refresh 24 hours are, if you get gold, you get 2,000 points, silver is 1,500, and bronze is 1,000. The, bi-daily ones, they last 2 days, I think it is, maybe it's 3. If you get gold in those, you get 4,000, and if you get silver, I think it's 3,500 or 3,000, and then bronze is either 3,000 or 2,000. So it's a lot better, and then the big seasonal rewards do, if you get gold in the seasonal reward, you get 15,000, and if you get gold in the weekly challenge, you can get 10,000. So it's a lot better than it was.
That's not bad.
But go ahead and do the Modern Warfare one there.
I was Yago.
Yaga, you want to try?
Oh, the new sniper that they came out with in Modern Warfare?
Yeah, just go ahead and talk about it. Your opinion on it.
I haven't used it yet, but I've seen videos. It's got thermite rounds and explosive rounds. It's a nasty little piece of work.
Sounds ridiculous.
It is, from what I've
I feel like that sounds a good idea.
And a long-range RPG.
And it's
Go-
accurate. It's
go
super
into more
accurate.
Not that big of
details.
explosive.
What's that?
Going into more details of this, the new sniper rifle is a supposed variant of a Barrier 50 cal. And all the way, as long as you level up, you gain more attachments for it, one of it being the explosive rounds. Yes, it's hard-hitting, capable of dismemberment. The only problem with it, its downfall, is its bullet travel time. It's a lot slower compared to the default sniper bullet. Same with
Well, yeah.
with the thermite rounds.
But it's like a fucking freight train, dude. It travels slow, but it hits hard as shit.
It definitely hits hard. And like I said, explosive rounds are actually capable of dismemberment.
I never did understand why dismemberment was pulled out of Call of Duty games, back in World at War, where it was super dismemberment, and then you just kind of popped it out.
Because we're trying to go child friendly.
So
Fuck
they spit
that.
out
In a
money when
war
they
game.
die.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Though,
then
don't get me wrong, I love them.
I'm gonna have a semi-land on me.
It's just
Yep.
dropping money.
What was that one?
I said, even though I love MW2, it was always dumb to me how they just spit out money when they died. You've been shot,
Oh.
but here's $100.
I forgot that's what they did.
Okay, so there's
The pro
Okay,
person
somebody
on fucking
come
Mount
ran
Fuji.
into me. Fucked up a lot of shit. I can't move.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Told why.
Uh-oh. He's about to face head out to a semi.
Two of them. I just got fucked up.
Alright.
Alright.
Well,
so,
I can add one more topic before we continue with the Xbox showcase.
The game showcase will probably take up a good majority of this, so good to hit the other topics first.
Lately, you've been hearing me talk about patches for Rainbow Six and all that, and covered all the Ubisoft topics. But what I forgot about is something I've been able to play, For Honor. For Honor is actually going to be adding a new hero soon. And it's called the Warmonger. Yes, they are. He is I want to guess, they haven't really said a description of him yet, but he seems like a hybrid type. With mixed... He has a lot of mixed movesets from different characters. His lights are kind of scripted from Wardens. They have a different kind of shove that can be mixed up with a light attack. But the part I noticed the most, it's something that's an unblockable. So, not only...
A dodge attack that's unblockable?
Yes. So, say you throw a heavy at them, not only they can sidestep it, they're now going to hit you with an unblockable.
That's not okay.
Sounds kind of mean.
It does. It sounds just a little nasty.
But
Sounds like more bad balancing from the.
I was gonna say
Sounds like more
Ubisoft
bad
would
balancing from
expect.
Ubisoft. That seems about right to me.
Ubisoft is just a fucking train wreck when it comes to fucking balancing.
This character's
right,
main
right,
trait
right.
though seems to revolve around poison. One of their feats is actually being that they apply like
Not
literally like acid poison on their blade, and if they hit somebody with that with the blade, the poison then gets transferred to that target, and anybody around his area of effect actually take damage over time.
So, is this a knight?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Well, it looks like I might actually play for. Oh wait, no, I won't have the.
I say you.
We don't have pass.
I forgot
Oh.
they made a new one because they're dicks.
On
Well,
topic
maybe I'll
of
have enough
Ubisoft,
skill. Doubtful.
I don't know if I had talked about this already in the last podcast or not. No, I don't think I did because they just fixed this Friday. They fucked up Breakpoint so bad.
How'd they
We
fuck up?
talked
Breakpoint?
about it.
There was a
We did
glitch.
talk about it.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
No, I talked about
I'm not talking about the AIs.
No, the thing that crashed the fucking game when you load up
Yeah.
the title screen.
Yeah, you talked about that.
I talked about that with you on the phone. I don't know if it was on the podcast.
No, you talked about it on the podcast. That was like 2 weeks ago when we talked about that.
That just started happening this last week, and they released a patch this week.
That was last week, Josh.
Was it?
Yeah.
just took a
Because
lot
last
of
time I
damage.
talked about the AIs, but not this
Oh, he
glitch.
barely touched me.
I'm like 99% sure you talked about it, but. Alright,
Alright, well,
whatever. Go over
glitch
it anyway.
happened, game crashed at fucking loaded up title screen. Nothing could fix it until they released the patch on this last Friday.
Josh, I think your driver's side tire's a little fucked up there, bud.
Don't worry about it. It just Ubisoft is not very good with updating games.
That's the truth.
Joe, please tell me
All right.
something.
Well,
Woo! We added a new feature. Game's broken.
Bullshit.
Fuck.
But, so, I think we're probably good to hit the game showcase now, huh?
Yes.
How did you not
I
take
think it's
damage?
just ice left.
What kind of fucking cheat codes?
The super van.
Whatever.
Do you want to start
But,
us off, Will?
I guess I'll intro the first part of it and we can all talk about it. So, if you didn't watch it, or if you only heard about it, the first game revealed on the show was Halo Infinite. It's, with some older gameplay, I guess 4 months ago is what it was. You know, back before COVID was a bigger deal and they had people going home, so the dev team was kind of on the fritz there, obviously, being nobody was at work, so you can't really work on the game necessarily, being that nobody is fucking able to go there. But it's 4 months old, so it looks a little bit more rough compared to normal, but overall, the gameplay style I think looks pretty good. They just kind of showed a little snippet of one part of the early mission, the starter mission, I presume. I assume it would be the very beginning, I don't know, maybe not. But
It might have been just
it shows some of your
it might have
enemies.
been just like a little tech demo, or where it's like the mission might have been open intro, but not really. They might change it up in the final release.
Well, I was also saying it could have also been like a middle mission thing, because I don't I don't remember Halo 5 leading up to where Chief was just hovering in space. So that mission could actually be somewhere in the middle, being that at least I don't recall Halo 5 ending in anything like that.
Halo
where
5
Chief was just somehow
ending-
ejected into space.
Wasn't Halo 5 ending where he was taking off the armor?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I remember. Wasn't it?
Okay, no, I think it was.
Or was it?
I'm pretty
Or
sure
the
5
ended with
was
that.
her... I think it was 5, where if you beat it on Legendary, you got to see the little snippet at the end where he's taking off his armor and you see his eyes. But either way, regardless though, I'm pretty sure, even if that wasn't in 5, that 5 did not end with him somehow blowing up or something and just sitting out in space hovering. So I feel like maybe that mission's in the middle, because I would like to see some kind of intro to explain why the fuck he's in space.
I just played through 5 again, and I don't remember it ending in anything with him being in space.
Okay, so alright, there you go. Extra confirmation.
It's bugging me that I don't know the actual ending of Halo 5.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure. And
My
like
God.
I said, but I don't know. It could have a possibility in the middle of the camp, because I might be explaining why the fuck Chief's just hovering around us. My point comes back to
There might be
the
another
fact
one.
that the gameplay I think looks the gameplay looks decent in my opinion. I thought it was kind of nice. I seen it definitely took inspiration from Doom Eternal. Not really against it, because it doesn't look like the game is dependent on it, which is cool to me in my opinion. I think it's a good change, honestly. I honestly think that them doing a little Doom Eternal inspiration of having grappling hook movement, stuff like that, but not, it doesn't seem, like I said, doesn't seem dependent on it to get through. I think it's good.
I'm missing a tire.
Overall, though, I do really like the guns. The gun models in the game, I think, look magnificent. I really enjoy the assault rifle. Looks the same as the Reach one, in my opinion. It's not really any different there. Maybe I'm just thinking that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe it was a little different, but I thought it was pretty much the same as Reach. That new, it kind of looked like the battle rifle to me almost, but in a full auto format. I don't know if you guys caught that one. I thought that was kind of cool looking. I also like the weapon design
I thought it
itself.
looked like more of like a DMR. Yeah, or a mix of them too.
Oh, that's right. The DMR is the semi-auto. Christ, I'm thinking of them wrong.
Yeah, battle rifle's the first.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant. Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm thinking though too. Is I kind of think it was the DMR. I apologize. That's what I meant. That it does. It has the design of the same body, but it's full auto and it looks like a heavier hitting rifle, which I do like personally. I think it's a cool twist. I like that difference. I like the change in design. It looks cool. I do like those brute like burst plasma rifle things. Those are pretty cool looking. I'm
happy about
design, kind of neat.
I'm happy about the bringing back of the brutes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're bringing back brutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm mildly
I'm
happy
also
about that.
happy. I'm also happy with the shotgun's new design. It looks like I like that. It looked like if I had it right, it had like a little vertical grip in the front, or half stub grip, I mean, and that it was also built like it had a drum mag and all this different shit. And so I thought that was really cool. Yeah. But yeah, it had like a drum mag and everything, a little stub grip. I thought that was cool. They had the Mauler back, it looks like. So that's a neat one to bring back. Yep, so I thought that was kind of cool. And then... trying to think what else was really on there. I don't think there was too much more.
They changed the pistol.
Shown weapons-wise. That's a new pistol.
Oh, that's a new pistol.
That's not the Magnum. It's called the Sidekick, Sidewinder, something like that.
Oh, so that's
not
They just need to
pistol.
bring back the fucking Magnum.
It looks like... well, they did bring back the Magnum. It was brought back in 5.
Yes.
So,
But,
if I remember correctly, there was a rec for Buck's pistol. It was called the Sidewinder.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what this new pistol reminded me of. It reminded me of the pistol from Halo 3 ODST.
Which is a really nice pistol.
Yes, very much so. I wouldn't say replace the Magnum with it. I would say put both in, and I think that's probably what they're going to do. Being the Magnum is iconic, and that pistol is cool, and it's a nice little change. So I'm looking forward to all that. So I don't know if you guys much lit. I don't know what you guys' opinions are. If anybody has anything to share on that.
I think it'll be a great change of pace because a lot of the stuff they have in now, I feel like, I know a lot of people are gonna hate this opinion, but should have been in the game to begin with, like chamfering or how the fuck you pronounce it, where you grab a ledge and climb up, sprinting, mantling. Thank you.
Mantling, yeah.
I don't want to chamfering.
Well, they call it clamoring.
That's what it is. That's what they call it. The grappling hook is a great change. It'll be give a lot more vertical gameplay. But I think it'll be a great game. I know a lot of people are hating it.
Yeah, I definitely seen a lot of people upset with that for whatever reason.
It's splitting the fan base right now.
Definitely.
Okay, here's my question: how's the grappling hook? Is it a pull straight towards, or is it like it has like a swing mechanic?
I think
they didn't use it enough to really demonstrate, from what I remember, personally. Unless you've seen different, Josh. I think he only used it twice, and it was a pretty. I think it was a
very
lowered
short
incline, like.
It's
Yeah,
like a
it was
short
really
grapple.
short, so it's really hard to tell if it was a swing grapple or not. But
I kind of hope it would be a swing, because you know how fun it would be to just have a shotgun in one hand and then just swing around the corner and just pump someone fully face first with the shotgun.
that'd be nasty.
that reminds me of the one detail. You can throw grunts now, apparently, and so can the brutes.
Yes,
Oh?
that's actually
Apparently brutes will actually go towards grunts and chuck them at people now. I think that includes suicide grunts, where they'll fucking whip them across the sky at you. And from what I understand is if you run up or if you grapple up to a grunt, you can chuck them as well. So it's pretty interesting.
I think what it is if you have the skull. What's the skull that makes a grenade happy?
Shit, I can't even remember.
I don't remember.
Either way, though, the skull that makes it to where they do nothing but throw grenades. That's where they're actually chuck the suicide grunts.
Am I allowed to alive?
Yes, you
I
are.
think so.
Oh.
Slides.
You're doing a horrible job
Um,
killing yourself,
Josh, you want to start the next one on State of Decay then?
I didn't
Another
see
one I haven't
State of
played in a
Decay.
while.
Oh, I'll bring. Okay, State of Decay wasn't too much. It was just kind of a teaser. They showed. It's just kind of a lady sitting out in the woods, and then she screams at the jungle when it's dark or whatever, the woods when it's dark. It's kind of weird. And then it kind of carries on, and she's following a trail of blood and sees this wolf being like eaten, and she looks up and you see a deer eating the wolf. And when the deer picks up and turns its head, half of its head's like rotted off, and it's a zombie deer. So I thought it was a really cool little twist there, and then it's the deer screeches at her in some weird zombified variant, and I thought it was really cool.
I don't know how I feel about
But,
zombified animals.
I really
but
look
alrighty
forward.
Then.
Yeah, I really like the idea of zombie animals. I think that'll be a cool aspect into it.
If you want,
We lost Ice.
I know you were wanting to talk about Fable, Gaga. Or you
Yeah, they're
mentioned
doing
it
it
earlier.
Josh,
It's either gonna
Yo.
be Fable.
I'm gonna need you to invite Ice back when he's ready because he just got disconnected.
Oh,
Shit.
god damn it. Okay, we'll do.
Josh, check your phone too in a second.
I got it.
So, from
Alright,
what I was saying, they were wanting to do.
Josh, you
a-
can do this on you and Yaga for a minute.
What?
Okay. I guess he's leaving too. No, but they were.
He's bastard.
They're either doing a complete reboot on Fable 1, or they're completely remaking it. They really didn't release a whole lot of information about it.
I haven't seen all of the trailers. I watched it on my lunch break, and I didn't get through all of them. So I might have skipped over it by accident.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's going to be a reboot or if it's a remake.
Did it release-
but either way,
Did it release
looks
a name?
Yeah, it just says Fable.
That's quite possibly a reboot.
I mean, I'm still going to play it.
Fable's fun, yeah.
Now, Fable's always been fun. I still play them. And then I cringe at the graphics.
Why?
Because
the old ones?
games nowadays, you're so used to fucking all the
Oh,
nice
yeah.
graphics and everything
I
like
remember.
that. You go back and play something like Fable 1 and it's like blocky and
Oh yeah. I
it's
remember.
just it's bad.
Because I went back and because I used to play Fable on an old laptop, and the way it used to play was It was blocky as all hell, but it
Josh,
still
get out of
run.
my way. We're just gonna fuck up the semi together?
Yep.
Okay, so what
We were talking
Fable.
about the Fable reboot.
Okay.
So I was talking about the old Fable. Like that game had a lot of freedom to it.
Oh, it did.
But it's like, I don't know if Ice, you ever played the old Fables?
I played it here and there. I understand like
Like
you
1
can
and
choose
2?
between being, I think 3-ish.
3 was a big change compared to the old ones.
Yeah, 3 was a really big change.
Like 3 went to you're kind of a prince. And 1 you were just a farm boy,
An orphan.
You found out, yeah, you're an orphan. Like found out like, oh boy, I have a destiny. Let's go on an adventure.
I mean, but it was still
Yay!
fun though.
It was fun.
But when they
Because
started like going forward in history, like they did with Assassin's Creed for the longest time, I just hit an invisible wall. Like
Once they
you know,
did-
like they were doing with, but the whole like flintlock, you know, when they started introducing guns and shit like that with Fable, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it now. I mean, still a great game, still a great series, but after they started
Yeah.
introducing stuff like that, I was like, come on, guys, like just stick with the old school, like medieval times.
I think it was actually, I thought it was a good era, like a mix. 3 was, I think, pushing it, but 2, I think, was a good mix. Like,
Yeah, 2
what-
was
what,
a good mix.
range.
3 was definitely pushing it.
Yeah. But it was kind of like, it was kind of fit the theme. It was like a medieval steampunk,
Yeah.
which is an interesting combination because just steampunk is like more like a futuristic past, essentially. Yeah, that's the way it's described.
Steampunk is just steam powered in a mild
Engine.
future.
Yeah.
It's where you have like mild robotic replacements that are powered by steam and stuff, and then you have like diesel punk and all that shit, which is usually like zeppelins and everything.
Mhm.
Diesel punk would be like Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Which something I actually found out. It's just a huge fucking just tangent. Do you guys know about the movie Overlord?
Yes.
You acted. That's gonna stop me.
What?
That apparently was supposed to be aka alternate Wolfenstein. It took heavy inspiration from Wolfenstein.
Interesting. See, I didn't get anywhere into that or near that movie because I thought it seemed kind of dumb.
It wasn't a bad. It was a B-rate movie.
I would say
What
some
was?
of the acting I had seen
Overlord.
definitely
No, I
gave
never
it
played it.
the
As a movie. It was definitely a B-rate movie, B-rate horror movie. But I think it was good for a B-rate horror movie. You're going in with low expectations, and not really much else.
Hey, how do we go from video games to movies?
Well, because we're talking about
Because welcome to a podcast.
Because Wolfenstein and the movie Overlord I found recently took heavy inspiration from Wolfenstein.
Yeah, who just got fucked up?
You.
that was me trying to die,
Um.
trying to make some food.
Okay, back
For some
to what
reason,
we're
ice
talking.
is impervious to all damage, though. I fucking ran into him and died still, and he did nothing damage-wise.
Wait, you ran into
Back to what we were talking about earlier. Fable.
Yes. Oh yeah. Go ahead and please continue the Fable line.
It's basically just what we think is just a reboot because there's no actual subtitle to it.
Yeah,
it's just Fable.
Yeah.
Fable.
So it didn't really
I thought that
release
was
much.
cool.
We were talking about Will was like how Fable 1 was like a good mix, like a medieval and magic, like sword and magic. Then 2 was kind of
Mhm.
started into like flintlock guns. which
Mm-hmm.
it was a good mix, but then 3 kind of was pushing it with guns they were using. And
I'll be honest with you, never played a single Fable. Well, okay,
That's
I take that
understandable.
Who
back,
hasn't?
A little untrue. I played a little bit of 3's like demo when it came out, and then never played it again.
I wouldn't expect you
I
to
basically
play
walked
those
around,
games.
didn't really like it, so I didn't play it.
I wouldn't expect you to play those ones. It's not really your style.
And yes, Yaga, that would be me who's never really played Fable.
Oh, well, it's not for everybody.
I'm not a big.
But-
I couldn't get into it. Like the very beginning, like the movement and stuff like that, it just didn't appeal to me.
It was a nice roll ice.
And I'm
Next.
still alive.
I kind of want. Will, if you do you want to bring it up, or should I hit the Dark Tide?
You go ahead.
Okay, so if anyone's ever played Vermintide, like the
I have.
Warhammer game Vermintide, Dark Tide
You.
is definitely for you, because it's instead of being in the End Times era or Dark Times era, I can't fucking remember which one it is. It's in
End
40k.
Times is in the fantasy area.
Okay.
Area.
So
Jesus,
so it
fuck.
was End Times.
Fantasy era.
And so it's going to be taken during 40k era, which is like all of the futuristic style, with chainswords, bolters, all that shit. And
Devastator.
so, but you're going to be playing as Guardsman, which is the lowest rung.
You are fodder, baby.
Basically, you join the army, go out there. But, what, do we not have weapons or anything? No, go.
Pretty much.
I think you're the last one alive, my dude.
I know, I'm trying to kill
Try to kill
myself.
stuff.
There we go.
But
Fucking kill myself.
from what we know, it takes place in the Hive City, which is
A Hive City at Aeon Prime, Atron Prime, something like that. Either Adon Prime or Atron Prime, something similar to that is what it was.
Husband.
Something Prime is what I can tell you for sure.
Something prime.
So
Optimus
far,
Prime.
what we can tell is we're facing off Nurgle.
At the
It's just a
moment,
bunch of
from
zombies.
what we've seen.
Yeah, at the moment. And
Yeah,
it's
they
just
don't.
going. And it's basically just going to be a 40k Vermintide, from what we can tell. We're guessing.
Yep.
We just got a cinematic trailer, but it's from the same people. And
Literally the same
I'll
exact
be-
developers as Vermintide, by
Yeah.
the way.
1 and 2. So that'll be a. Not gonna lie, Vermintide 1 and 2 were kind of boring. It's just the same hack and slash. There's two classes that were ranged.
It really just comes
think-
down to preference. I just got bored with those.
I mean, I like hack and slashers. They're fun.
If
I do
you
sometimes, it
add,
depends on style.
Abandoned reason. No only war. Sorry.
What the fuck?
abandon reason, no only war.
That's a 40k reference, Yamba.
Take out
Space Marine
ice.
saying.
That's not ice.
Ice.
I didn't have a choice and kept turning.
But basically, Yaga, 40k universe. There is no happiness. There is war and only war.
It sounds like a grand time.
Yeah. It's the human race versus everything else.
Oh. That
Humans,
escalated.
superhumans versus all.
Yeah.
Who just flew past me?
Oh, me.
Who knows?
Ice, you take so minimal damage. My god, dude.
He
I
does.
know.
It's ridiculous.
Ice, how much damage did you lose?
20.
Bullshit! I fucking lost
Which-
80!
Well, dude, I'm down to like 6. I'm down to 6 health. This is bad.
No, I mean, I'm at 13 health total.
Oh. But,
Yeah.
About to get fucked up.
it'll be... I think, well, both me and Will were talking about this. It's possible that Darktide will be taking on a horror element of Vermintide, basically, because from what it looks like, it's going to be flashlight based, and shit could just pop out of the dark at you.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
like
pretty
fucking
fucking
pitch
fun.
black. It's like pitch
Yeah,
black.
it
It's
would
kind of
be
like a game
awesome.
called GTFO on computer. Seems to kind of draw some inspiration from it.
Also a good game.
Yeah, the game is actually really fun. Most,
Very fucking hard.
Yeah, you can't go in with just 2 people. You need a full
Yeah, it's not
squad.
too many.
It gives you the option
Actually-
to go solo to 4 people. There's no option, really. With how little ammo they give you, and how little supplies they give you, I should say.
And how easy
No,
it is to
it's
get
not possible.
around.
I just want to give it out an opinion and say that there needs to be more co-op based horror games.
Yes, agreed.
I can yes and no. If done right, yes.
If done right, yes.
If done wrong, no. The perfect example of doing a horror-based co-op game wrong was Dead Space 3.
Yeah. There's nothing intimidating.
Yeah.
But, see,
Yeah,
in the
no.
end of it
I mean,
all,
after playing through 1 and 2, 3 wasn't really bad at all.
That was an action game.
yeah. I mean,
It's like
don't get me wrong.
it's
I've
like
liked playing through 3 because it's still the same
Oh, it's
type
fun.
of mechanic. You know, shoot, cut off the limbs, make us whole again. You know how it is. But you know, it's all the
reference.
same with that, which is always fun.
Yes.
I love those games, but it definitely lost the horror aspect. Like the first and second game, you got anxiety at points because you didn't know what
Yeah.
shit was going to touch you. You had a feeling sometimes, like, yeah, something might touch me. But you didn't always because they were good at getting you out of fucking nowhere with the touching.
Oh, after
Like in the first
like,
game, when
playing
you open that tunnel and you don't know it yet, your first playthrough, you open that tunnel, you take 3 steps, and that fucking arm comes out of nowhere and grabs
Oh,
your
yeah.
fucking foot. Just starts reefing
Oh
your
no!
ass down the
What
hallway.
scared shit out of me was the first fucking elevator.
the first elevator
Okay.
was pretty bad. No, like
Okay,
5 minutes
what
into
scared
that
me
game,
really
I just
bad-
learned to shoot everything. It didn't matter
What-
if it wasn't even Necromorph. I shot any
Stomp and
kind of
punch,
fucking
baby.
dead body on the fucking ground.
What scared the shit out of me
Stomp and
was
punch.
because I was playing with someone as a couch gaming. I never played it. He played through it completely. So he was like, "Oh, this will be a grand idea." As soon as it started, I guess that thing popped out of the fucking door. He grabbed down hard on my shoulder. Keep in mind, we're
Bill
playing
Cosby
this like
edition.
midnight.
Oh shit!
We're playing
Oh,
this at-
God, edition.
It was like at midnight, so this scared the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah, I mean that's when I started playing it too. Was like in the middle of the fucking night. But another horror one that was just a bad idea to play in the middle of the night was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
See,
Playing that motherfucker
I-
at 3 a.m. out in the middle of BFE by yourself, not a fun time.
I couldn't get into the new one. I didn't like Biohazard at all. I didn't like the route they took. They went in Outlast style, and I think that's a disappointment in the Resident Evil series.
Agreed.
I think going
It's
the
defi-
Outlast
okay.
route is wrong to do.
Well, because
on
even
other
even
series.
the even the old Resident Evils were very much combat based.
Okay,
the
so
old
I-
Resident Evils,
if
what
I
I
could-
liked was the factor of you had to pick your fight. It was a lot of
Yes.
dodge here when you need to save ammo, fight where it's required. That's what I liked about the old games. It wasn't just barrel through, shoot everything and everyone, and continue. Because obviously it wasn't meant to be a fucking shoot 'em up kind of game, you know?
Right.
It wasn't
Yeah.
fucking go in and shoot up all the zombie hordes. It was fuck, I'm low on
Conserve
ammo, I'm
ammo
low on
as much
health
as you
shit,
can.
I'm low on this. Yeah, exactly. It was fuck, I'm low on ammo, I'm low on health shit, I'm low on everything, and I gotta figure out what the fuck to do here. And these motherfuckers are trying to eat me. There's like 8 of them, and I have 6 bullets.
Okay, so something if I can interject on was Resident Evil 7 is also a good example of not a good sequel, but it would have been a better new IP.
Yeah. If Resident Evil 7
it-
had been a new IP that wasn't feeding off the Resident Evil fame, I'd have been okay with it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because, like, it was like Outlast. Like, Outlast itself, I think it's a good game. I think Outlast was some good stuff. But I don't like that style in Resident Evil because that's not what Resident Evil was built to be. It wasn't meant to be a flashlight horror hide game. Which is
And
what
that-
most of 7 end up being.
Hold up, you leave to get a drink and you come back with pizza?
And there's also another bad example of a horror game with co-op is Resident Evil 6.
Fuck you,
Play.
Ice.
Bad Resident Evil game.
Yeah. Straight
I really
action.
enjoyed playing
That's
through 6.
all it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed
Ice, how much
6
damage did you take?
for play-wise, but it was not as good as Resident Evil.
Oh,
A
I
lot-
thought it was a great game to
It's
play
still
through,
alive.
but
You're still
horrible
alive.
game for the franchise.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not
God,
right
my
for the
brain's
action story.
bent.
I think the final really good one that kind of held to the series a bit decently was 4, where it took a more action-based route. It still held on well to the needing to be resourceful and the good old anxious hits here and there.
Ow. But I have to give it. I have to give 6 some credit. It gave us boulder punching.
That was 5.
That was 5.
Some kind of
5
Boulder
gave us
Puncher?
Boulder Puncher.
I thought it was 6.
It's hot.
Nope.
No, 6 was the fucking bioweapon with Redfield.
Yeah. 6 gave us bioweapon because of Pierce.
Now, while we're talking about Resident Evil, I want to talk about the multiplayer game Resident Evil Resistance and how if you don't keep up with it, you're immediately under level compared to everyone else.
Has anybody
Recently-
played Revelations?
Yes.
I do.
Was it any good?
And the multiplayer was fun as hell.
Wait, who's won?
Dude, we played Revelations 2.
Either
I played
one of
both,
them, because I haven't played Revelations.
Revelations 2 is really fun, really good story, really cool to go through. Also a pretty fun multiplayer in my opinion. It's just a co-op shooter part, but
Yeah.
different point. But overall, Resident Evil Revelations 2, really good story, really fun to play through. It held on really well to the original aspect of horror. And then the little co-op part is fun to play through. Resident Evil Revelations 1, I played through a little bit. The story itself is not bad. The survival part, though, is meh. But it's also co-op.
The co-op. Yeah. And
I feel bad
I
for cutting out
like
Ice
2
here,
a
guys,
lot.
So let's let him finish, please.
Sorry, I.
Resident Evil Resistance multiplayer. If you end up missing like a couple of days or something like that, or you decide to take a few days off of it, you come back and you are immediately under level compared to everyone else. Like for example, I decided to play Mastermind this one round because I was bored. It was a couple of days ago. I was rank 5. I haven't been on it in like a while. I've given like 3 weeks. I come back and there is a rank 144 Valerie that I'm fighting against. Against a level 5
Against?
being.
Jesus.
And so,
Yeah.
if you don't know how Revelations plays, not Revelations,
Resistance.
Resistance. Thank you. There's a mastermind, and then 4 survivors. Mastermind has to kill the 4 survivors before they reach the end. And it's like 3 seconds. And the map is cut into 3 sections. There's the start of the thing where you go into wherever you are. Then you hit the first safe room. Go second safe room. Then final push to basically a boss fight, where you have to do a little objective-based room to open up the exit.
And keep in mind,
Anyways.
as you level up, you gain ranks. Ranks allow you to have great access to have more abilities and such to be able to perform well. So this Ray 144 obviously has a lot of high tier abilities to be able to survive somebody capable of rank 5. Honestly, she could probably solo run it herself and probably live.
That's the only thing that sucks with some games like that, is like, I understand you want to reward people for playing, because obviously there's no reason to play if there's no reward. And I get that, don't get me wrong. I definitely get that. I understand that. Because